Good evening, I'm Micah Mater.
And I'm Ray Cortefassi.
We are keeping an eye on Wilmington, Delaware tonight. That's where Joe Biden is expected to make some sort of statement any moment now. We'll bring you those remarks as soon as they happen.
Now, the former vice president is still 6 electoral college votes away from hitting the 270 that he needs to win the White House. He's picked up more votes in Pennsylvania, Nevada, and Georgia tonight. In Pennsylvania, he leads by more than 27,000 votes. Now, President Trump has narrowed Biden's lead in Arizona, but Biden continues to lead by some 30,000 votes there.
Officials in Nevada say their county may not be finished until Sunday, and the president's threatening more legal action on Twitter. We'll have more on that in a moment.
First, though, let us start with WGN's Jackie Bang. She joins us live from Delaware tonight. She's been covering the Biden campaign all week. Jackie?
Well, we've been told that Joe Biden has left his house in Greenville. Greenville's about 10 miles away, so it's going to take a little bit to get him and Kamala Harris here. Once here at the convention center, we're told that he will go inside and address the nation. Now, this is not going to be a victory speech. Things started looking good in the morning, taking the lead in Georgia and Pennsylvania, then things stalled. So more than likely, we're going to hear what he has said for the last couple of days. Just be patient. The process is working. In the meantime, there's a rather large crowd who are here to see their hero. A festive night in the parking lot near the Chase Convention Center, filled with hundreds of Biden fans. We love town! These are young students who hail from Biden's hometown of Scranton, Pennsylvania.
We're all very passionate about politics, and we're very passionate about Joe Biden. We really want him to become president.
Earlier this afternoon, we met Wilmington resident Mary Matthews sitting near the fence.
He's always been like family.
7 hours later, she is still here despite the chill. Are you tired, or is it worth staying?
Yes, it's worth staying.
And the chance her hero may not show up tonight. They may not come, you know, Mary.
And then I'll come back when he comes and stay again and again and again.
But being able to catch a glimpse of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris keeps them all here. For Paul Del Ponte and his kids, it is a night that cannot be missed.
This is part of history. Joe Biden is someone we look up to.
At the very least, that large crowd, and I do mean hundreds of people, will at least catch a glimpse of his motorcade, because it'll go right past that perimeter fence that they have been waiting for hours and hours, and some people have come back each and every day since Tuesday night. As for Joe Biden, we're told that he will make a brief speech, maybe a little bit longer than before, and the guess is that he will assure the nation that this is the way it's supposed to happen. Every vote counts. We'll be sure and let you know as soon as he gets here. Reporting live from Wilmington, back to you.
All right, Jackie. And the president has not indicated any plans of conceding.
No, not by a long shot. Tonight, the Supreme Court chimed in on a Republican challenge, and WGN's Shannon Halligan has the latest on that. Shannon?
Yeah, President Trump tweeted tonight that legal proceedings are beginning, but there remains no evidence of any voter misconduct.
Vote counting continues in Georgia, where the Republican Secretary of State there said a recount is likely.
With a margin that small, there will be likely a recount in Georgia. Interest in our election obviously goes far beyond our borders. The final tally in Georgia at this point has huge implications for the entire country. We will not let those debates distract us from our work.
Protests broke out in several cities across the country again Friday. Dozens of Trump supporters gathered outside the Maricopa County Elections headquarters in Phoenix, where Joe Biden continues to lead.
This looks like a Chicago con job on the rest of the country. All of a sudden, you're seeing ballots come out of nowhere.
But in Philadelphia, Biden supporters appeared to be celebrating outside the Pennsylvania Convention Center.
Put your hands up if you want to see every vote counted.
It's in Pennsylvania where Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito ordered all county board in Pennsylvania to segregate ballots received after Election Day, and if ballots are counted, that they be counted separately. But Pennsylvania Secretary of State Kathy Boockvar had already said she would voluntarily do that. President Trump did not appear publicly on Friday, but he did tweet, "I had such a big lead in all of these states late into election night, only to see the leads miraculously disappear as the days went by. Perhaps these leads will return as our legal proceedings move forward."
And in Pennsylvania, a recount must be held if the margin between the two candidates is less than 0.5%, but there are still tens of thousands of ballots still waiting to be counted there.
All right, Shannon, thank you for that.